So I'm being called to share some of my story, and I'm tired. I'm being attacked constantly. I found out that I'm switched at birth, and of course I get no views, but everybody's watching. It doesn't matter to me. So I was switched at birth. And I was, as a baby, I was sex trafficked. Epstein Island has everything to do with what happened to me. My mother, Helen and Tom Buchholz, come to find out, I have no idea who these people are. They're handlers. And she let grown men and people rape me as a baby. Okay? And they used MK Ultra on me, and they switched my documents so that I would never know this. I'm RH negative. I'm from RH negative blood. I'm royalty. Think I have an identical twin. I don't know. So she let grown ass men and women rape me as a child. I don't really remember much as a child. The name Mary is significant. My whole childhood I was beat, abused, and then I'm hearing my stepdad used to molest me, used to masturbate in front of me, and she would get jealous, so she decided to sell me. Got witchcraft going on here. But God's telling me, from what they're doing to you, it's not even touching you. So, I find out. So my childhood, I don't remember much, and now I know why, because they MK Ultra'd me, and my memory's been replaced. Satanic ritual abuse. I was in a basement where there were numerous children that all died. I was the only one that lived. So I was married to a witch or a warlock at the age of 10 or 11. Okay? Weird. Sold. Just a cash cow. There's been cameras in my home and on me my whole life. You know, I was wondering why I was young on AOL. Talking to grown men. Because that's what they pushed. And then, you know, my stepdad would rape me or molest me or whatever he did, and my mom would be jealous. That is fucking sick. Okay? So yeah, like I said, my earliest memory is a trailer court behind Jim's I-29 in North Sioux City, South Dakota. And it was just me getting my head kicked in all the time. I was just always getting abused and beat on. And all of my pets when I was growing up have been sacrificed. They sacrificed all of them. They're with me now, so. I knew there was something wrong with the whole situation. I never really realized the gravity of what was going on until when I got older. Just things weren't adding up. And my whole life, they just kept their foot on my neck. She's literally been abusing me my whole entire life. and acting like I was the problem. This woman's a pedophile, a baby raper, and she adopts children to fucking sell them. And the spirits are attacking me hard right now. At this point, it's like child's play. You know what I mean? But I'm getting hit with direct energy weapons, smart dust from the FBI. These are retired fucking government officials too. Like, disgusting. Just Freemasons in a sex cult. And so I was abused my whole life. My mom calling me a whore when I was like 12 years old. When I got raped. Fucking dirty bitch, man. So anyway, everybody was sent into me and everybody was a pedophile. Because pedophilia is a learned behavior. And my first husband was sent into me. I can't even, it's so long. My story is so long. And I don't even, like, I might not even tell it right now. Because, like, me being able to transmute it right now and being hit with all this stuff. See, that's what they want. They want me to stay isolated. They want me to do this. They want me to do that. It is what it is. God is doing everything for a reason. And this is all being allowed for a reason. These bitches, all they do is attack me 24/7. And people are telling me, I see you. And you need to be loud about what's going on around you. Who cares what these people think? Who cares what these people say? These people signed up for this. And they're going to go down for what they've done to you. Who cares how you react? It's wrong. And they are cursed for life for this. And they are all going to jail. And the reaction isn't the problem. You need to get that mindset out of there because they're just trying to play this narrative. All of them in a group right now being watched. You have so many hidden helpers in the background right now that are watching this network and this corporation and these gang stalkers attack you 24/7. And it's not a coincidence that you anointed these things and this happened today. The power of God is upon you. So they brainwashed me, right? They brainwashed me. And I didn't believe in God. And I was doing drugs when I was young because I was stealing the drugs from my mom and dad. I wasn't doing any drugs I was getting anywhere else. I was stealing them from the drugs they were doing. And that makes me a bad person? When their habits got me hooked? How is that bad? They did it on purpose. And they drugged me numerous times to rape me. And it's still happening to this day. I mean, it's all been found. I'm hearing we got it. So, my first husband was sent. His name is Chuck Gordon. He's a pedophile. You should look up at this guy's record, okay? Should not be around kids ever. And had a whole entire other family on me when we were married. Whole entire other family on me. And it was a fraudulent marriage. So I had a home. This is what happened after I had Lindsay in 2008. I had Lindsay and I left Clinton Atherton, when I was pregnant with Lindsay because he was fucking cheating on me. And I was supposed to receive this inheritance or something when I had my first child. So they've been doing this and stole my identity, I believe, since 2008 or 2009. And something to do with Wells Fargo Bank. And I was under heavy witchcraft. Heavy witchcraft. Now that I know that I was switched at birth, How do I know that they didn't switch my kids? I don't know. I hope to God that they didn't. Penelope, I don't know. I know that Penelope was sold. I was so high when I had Penelope. I don't even remember the date, but I know it was November of 2017 or 2018. Yeah, I was high on drugs. And that's why I gave her up for adoption, because I tried to give her a better life. I didn't sell her. I thought I was giving her a better life because I was on drugs. And instead, I got a child abuse charge. And my fucking family sold my child for money. And I got the child abuse charge. Make that make sense. So I had Lindsay in 2009. I had Brianna in 2013 or 14. December 17th, 2013, I think. And then I had Penelope, okay? I also had a miscarriage before I had Brianna. Chuck would kick me so hard in the stomach. And then I miscarried 6 days, 6 hours, and 6 weeks. Tell me that's a coincidence? Fuck no, it wasn't. It was a sacrifice. They fucking drugged me or did something to that baby to sacrifice it to the devil. Even though it didn't go. They didn't get it. Because why are they still after me? So anyway, I was in a house. I had a home. Because they did something. And they said my grandpa passed away and left everybody in the will, everything, except for my aunt. My aunt got left out of the will. She was only given $10,000. That was all a fucking lie. I was left out of the will. I was left out of the will. They took me out of the will. Tom Martin. And they bought me a house. And then fucking put hidden cameras in it. And then took it from me and left me homeless while I was getting my head kicked in. And I would lose my pets. So they sacrificed every animal I ever had. That's some evil shit, right? And it was such a, like, the whole story is just, these are just pieces that really stuck out to me that just, I was heavy on drugs, you know? Could not kick that habit for nothing. I finally kicked it with God. Without God, there ain't no way. But, so I lost the house. It was my house. It was my house. I should have been able to do with it whatever the fuck I wanted. She should have never had any say. She's always thinks that she owns me and that she can just control all my finances, everything. I don't even have the right name. This is not my name. And if it is my name, they changed it somehow. I have no idea what my real name is. I'm assuming that is Brandy with a Y. Okay? And Lynn without an E, or whatever you guys did to do this. So, at being homeless, me and Chuck go to the gospel mission and ask for help. And they said, oh, well, if you want to stay together, we could send you out on a farm to Odebolt and you could get married. And you guys will inherit the farm and help them. They need help on their farm. It's an elderly couple. Ross Craig, an 81-year-old pastor, and his 35-year-old second wife. Now, I didn't see anything wrong with that at the time, but now I see a big red flag there. Okay? Big red flag. I ended up leaving there, cussing that lady out with the sheriff involved. It was a bad experience for me. Okay? A bad experience for me. Crazy town, right? Off of I got married there, though. I got married there. Now I know why my stepdad didn't want to participate, wouldn't show up for the wedding. This was all planned. And he did not like it. And he knew what they were going to do. So he made me put my car in my maiden name because he said, not if, when you get divorced or when you guys split up, he can't take it. My fucking stepdad knew. And they did witchcraft on him. My stepdad, the one that was molesting me. Listen, I forgave my stepdad for what he did to me when I was younger. Because you want to know why? He was a war veteran and he was fucked up in the head. Okay? I mean, he was a schizophrenic. He went to war. I used to watch him have flashbacks to where get down. They're coming. Get down. They're coming. He was terrified. He was back at Vietnam, man. And he told me he killed more women and children. He said, I didn't have a choice. I had to kill them because the babies, you couldn't tell the difference of them. They would come up to you and they would blow you up. They'd throw a bomb at you. So I had to kill them all, Brandy. I had to kill them all. And I used to have a whole box full of pictures and all of this stuff that my dad left me and the pajama pants that my dad died in. And come to find out, that was a camera. They had me on surveillance the whole time. Do my stepdad know about it? Probably. But you know what? He gave me everything I ever wanted. Made sure I always had a vehicle. Every time I went to jail, he bailed me out. My fucking mom didn't. She never did nothing to me. She never did nothing for me. And all the money she is throwing at me was my fucking money. It was mine. I'm sick about it, right? But I forgave my stepdad. And he always made sure I had a car. When he died, when he was killed, there ain't no way that he didn't leave nothing to me. Okay? They stole so many inheritances, so much money from me. Even in my false identity, even in this false identity, they stole this shit. Because why else would they steal my real identity and my false identity? I've got identity theft on my real name and on the fraudulent name. I mean, I can't win for losing for these people. Fuck. So, when they killed him, the night that he died, I'm going to go over this one more time. Somebody was looking up child pornography at that house when Tom was dying. And it was on a tablet that ended up disappearing. And my ex-husband, or my husband, Charles Gordon, was watching child pornography on that tablet. Okay? I went to the cops. I went to J.J. McClure. I filed a report. He said he believed me. Told me that every pedophile never gives up their devices. They never tell the truth. Because that's how they get caught. Told me that those things that I showed him that on the history were the same, like Kick Messenger and some other ones I can't remember right now because it was this was a long fucking time ago. He told me that those are the same applications that he's on as a detective to catch predators that prey on kids. He goes on there and acts like he's 14, 15 years old, tries to catch predators. He believes what I'm saying. But he needs the tablet, he needs the device, and he needs a search warrant. And since it's my mom's, your mom's going to have to file a stolen report. Tell her to file it stolen so I can get a warrant and I can go take his devices. She wouldn't fucking do that. She wouldn't do that. Tell me why. You want to know why? Because they planned a murder. They're pedophiles. And they were all in on it. Of course she didn't. It makes sense now. So anyways, I end up homeless. Roaming around from place to place to place. I don't know how long I roamed. And I don't know how long I did drugs. I ended up moving back in with my mother, which now I know is a worst mistake of my life, because that is when the torment started. I had to get restraining order upon restraining order upon restraining order against Chuck. And then his niece, Ashley is her name, I can't remember her last name right now, says, I'm scared for your kids because Chuck molested me when I was 5 years old, made me suck his dick, okay, when Grandma and Grandpa were upstairs. And I'm scared for your little girl. What the fuck would you have done? I left and never went back. I took Brianna and I fucking left. And that was when the hell in my life began the utmost. And I didn't even know that I was a missing child at that time. that I'd been switched at birth. I had no idea. So I go to live with my mom. All the devices are hacked. I'm getting tormented 24/7. You think she gave a fuck? No, because she knew what was going on. It was their plot and their plan to get that little girl away from me so they could rape and molest my child. And they succeeded. They succeeded. And I feel like a piece of shit because I couldn't stay clean. I went to Women's and Children's. Come to find out there was somebody sent in there. Everywhere I went, these people sent people in to keep their foot on my neck to make sure that I never became who I was supposed to become. So they could continue to live off of me and traffic and fucking rape children. Can you imagine? Fuck. Everywhere I went. And me, knowing that I could, if I would have been able to stay clean, they would have never fucking touched none of my kids. Well, I'm clean now. And I'm wide awake and I'm going to get those kids back. I'm going to get my kids back. Regardless of it's in this lifetime or all after all of you are sent to the Father. I'm going to get what's mine. And that's what I'm saying. Like, my riches aren't in this world. I don't give a fuck about this money. You all made it perfectly clear that I was a nobody and a nothing and a piece of shit. That's what you told everybody, right? That I'd never have nothing? Well, I did more with less. While all of you kept your foot on my fucking neck, I made it with nobody's help but God. But God. You didn't do nothing for me. And I don't owe you nothing. So, Brianna, I thought that I was giving her to Joe and Christy. And then I found out they were all pedophiles. And they told me that she was adopted out to a family. And then I was never able to talk to her ever again. She just vanished. Come to find out that adoption was faked. Gave them right into the hands of pedophiles. So 2 of my kids have been sold to pedophiles. Now my daughter Lindsay, my firstborn child, is being exploited on hidden fucking cameras and being trafficked. And they're attacking my child 24/7 like they're attacking me. And my daughter's beautiful. They're fucking jealous ass, ugly, dumb bitches. Can you fucking imagine? So, I met Chad Burnite. And that was another, he was sent and he told me, he's like, they sent me to take you out. And I feel bad. And I wish I could take it back. Get the fuck out of here. So everybody's gaslighting me, abusing me, torturing me 24/7. Hacked all my devices, have hidden cameras on me, all my private photos and all the photos that I had on my phone of me naked and doing things, put all over the dark web, put all over OnlyFans, trafficking me. 2016, I met Jay Wills online. Yeshua Black. And I had an Instagram account that completely vanished. I woke up one day like it was never there. And they said I won a contest. And they asked me if I could change social media, how would I change it? And I said, I would make social media about what's real, not what it looks like. It changed the world for the better. And imagine how TikTok came out right after that. I came up with TikTok. And that was in 2015, 2016. And I was already being exploited by Drake, by DJ Academics, by Champagne Papi, by DJ Khaled, by French Montana, Lagos, Pop Smoke involved, 50 Cent involved, Michael Jackson, Dave. Oh, I know all about how you guys fake your deaths and just warp into another character. Because that's what this is all about, right? You fake your death and then you warp into another character. You take someone else's identity on and you take someone else's assets over and you start over under a new identity. Same crusty fucking demon, isn't it? You wouldn't imagine. Now listen, do you hear that? Direct energy weapons. This is espionage. This is treason. It really is. These are treason. This is fucking treason. But it's demonic. When I met Chad Burnite, he tried to kill me. Everybody was trying to kill me. So I tried to kill me. I did. I tried. I took a bunch of pills, drank a bunch of vodka. It was a skull. Santa Muerta, right? And I woke up on the third day to the presence of God. God saved my life. Went right to the nut hut. The cops miraculously showed up. They were involved. Rich Headed has everything. Officer Ryan has everything to do with what happened to me. I worked at Goody Go. Found out Goody to Go was laundering money. Goody to Go sugar daddies and Clarks. Patty Till, the mayor, is involved with laundering money. So I ended up homeless. My mom, after she stole my fucking inheritance from me, told me to go live under a bridge and kicked me out. Stole my child and left. Just vanished. I never went to court. Nothing. I have no idea where Lindsay's at. I haven't heard from her in years. How does that happen? That is kidnapping. And you guys are just letting this demonic slut do this shit to me, huh? I'm trying really hard to not hate her. Because I realize it's a demon. I don't even know who my real mom and dad are. But I know it's a royal bloodline. And I know that they're not hiding me and trying to fucking... they have all of this stuff around me right now. Invading my privacy and blocking all my communications and stealing my fucking mail and making sure all my communications are in the traffic on all my accounts are blacklisted because I have something to say, not because I don't, and not because I'm crazy. No, because of the crimes against humanity that's going on here that has gotten these entities the death penalty and life. And this is what all of you guys participate in? So I get kicked out and I go live with Carla Curtis, right? And not knowing that these guys are in on it. I knew they weren't really my friends, but did I know Carla was in on it? No. I do now, though. Everyone was in on it. So they give me $10,000. One day I just randomly get a check in the mail for $12,000 in child support, back child support, because the low life has never paid child support ever. I didn't know. I had no idea what was fucking going on. So I took the money. Hell yeah, I did. But of course, I had nowhere to live, and I was blacklisted everywhere, so I couldn't find an apartment. So they set me up to fail. I had to live outside of either a trap house or out of a hotel. I bought a Tahoe, cash. That Tahoe got stolen 3 times. They put tracking devices on my Tahoe. They destroyed my Tahoe, stole everything I owned out of it. I was living in my vehicle, and they stole my vehicle and every fucking thing I owned. Plus, I had a dog, Felony, which they made sure I lost her. That was my life. Everything that I ever loved, this bitch fucking stole from me. Everything. Poisoned my dogs. Poisoned my animals. Killed them. Tortured them. So there I am, homeless again, without a vehicle, with no clothes, one bag. That's it. No ID. Nothing. I had nothing. What would you have done? I walked away on foot because I heard God say, pack nothing, no script, no book, nothing, and walk away. Just leave. I'll tell you where to go. So I walked and I walked and I walked and I walked and I walked. And I sat there and I thought, what am I going to do? And I'm sitting right at the, right in front of Mercy Medical Center. Well, I guess I'm homeless. I'm going to tell him I'm nuts. So I went and checked myself into the psych ward. Told him I told him I was going to kill myself so that I have a place to go. I was there 25 days. They put me on meds that ended up making me sick as fuck. They contaminated my meds on purpose. Okay. I ballooned up in there, man. I gained like 80 pounds in like 25 days. Ugh. I ended up discharging from there, going to women's and children's again, but this time as a single, just the 30-day program. And I, from there, went to Council Bluffs to start my life over in an Oxford house. I was not going to stay in Sioux City. Didn't tell nobody. They found me. I didn't call nobody in that place. They called me and asked for me. So I never ever told anybody where I was at. They found me. Now I know why. So I go to Council Bluffs and I find out now that the church, the Mormon church, set me up to marry Ronald to fucking steal, I don't know, some fake marriage certificate. For some reason, I've gotten married to the same entity fucking 3 times. Keep trying it. I don't know what is going on with it. But somebody else is living my identity right now, married to something. But as soon as, I thought he was God's gift to this earth. He was like, the devil listens to your prayers too. But I couldn't find out, while every time I was in this Mormon church, I was falling asleep. And they didn't practice what God had told me. Because I had already been awakened by God, and they were not preaching what God said. And they don't even open the Bible. The whole time you're in that church session, they don't read from the Bible. All they do is babble. That's it. It's a false prophet. Russell Nelson is a false prophet. So is T.D. Jakes. So is Joyce Meyer. They're all false prophets. All of them. And so I get married to Ronald. The church is all for it. Gung ho. So I move in there. He tries to kill me. Tries to suffocate me. Puts his hands over my mouth and my nose and gets on top of me, 33 as I'm saying this, and tries to kill me. Oh, you're only going to do that to me one time. Or so I thought. Okay? Pretty much holds me captive for 4 days. Bruises all over me. I got bruises and cuts all over my face. Because I was they're scratching to try to get him. I had scratches all over my face. It was no joke. I almost died. But God, I started praying to God. That's what happened. So, he leaves, takes my ID, my last $10 to go fucking cheat on me with God knows who. And I called. I didn't know what to do. I sat there. I was high because I started doing drugs again with him. I was clean and sober till I met Ronald. So I ended up calling Carla. Carly was there. And she said she'd come pick me up. So there I go back to Sioux City. And she was clean and sober when I left, so I thought. Well, now we're both high. So she comes and picks me up. I take a bag, a couple other things, my TV, and I fucking leave. And I'm never coming back. Come to find out they were all in on this plot. And when I got back to this house, this trap house, even at Carly's, I'd never been to her. She had gotten a new trailer, had gotten all this new stuff. It was all based off of stealing from me. They all stole my inheritance, stole my money, and all split it. They were all paid off and left me to die. And I didn't know that at the time. I had a feeling, though. Something was telling me something was terribly wrong. My conscience and my gut was telling me that something was fucking wrong. Then when I went to Carla's and I realized how many people were in the house, how many different people were in the house, all the appliances were breaking down. It smelled like a sewer. There was flies everywhere. There was stuff literally falling off the shelves. It was a demonic entity in that house. And I wasn't scared of it. But it was there. And it was backfiring. And her dog died. It was a backfire. Okay? They tried to do a death spell on me, and Carla's dog died. Or they sacrificed it. I don't know what they fucking did. Who knows what these witches and warlocks do. But my truck had already been stolen from this place. You know, I'd already lost everything. And when I went to Carly's house, look, when I went to Carly's trailer, I saw all the rocks that were in my truck all over her house. She was picking up rocks like I used to. Like literally, I could see this mimic spirit on her. And I could see stuff that was in my garage and stuff that I had lost that had came up missing in her garage. She really thought I was stupid. She really thought that I didn't see these things planted all over her house like they were hers. Stuff that had been stolen from me. Clothes, everything. I knew at that moment that I had to play this smart because they were trying to kill me. And so then I got a really creepy feeling that she was doing something to her daughter, that something wasn't right, right? And I don't know, I just got the feeling that the daughter was being molested and that she didn't care, or that she was molesting her. I don't know. So I, anyway, it's just a lot. There's a lot going on. So anyway, I got the feeling that they were trying to set me up, right? I got this feeling that they were trying to set me up because I even seen Ronnie walking by. Why are you doing here, Ronnie? And how the fuck do you know where I'm at? Outside because they had a camera. And I keep seeing the same vehicles. It was just the gang stalking, people outside. I seen Holly getting rid of like evidence, like computers, throwing computers and shit away. And they're all trying to gaslight me like I'm stupid, right? And the feds are following me around. I noticed the feds following me around in this town, okay? So I get tripped out. And the guy so I ended up texting, which I was like, hey, come over here and get me high, right? And then I ended up telling that dude, like, I got a really bad feeling. I think we should go. So I ended up scooting out with him. We ended up taking an Uber. And I told her, I was like, drop me off. I'm going to go to Carly's because I feel like this place is about to get busted. The place always gets busted. It's a trap house. I mean, it's fucking been busted thousands of times. And I did not want to fucking be there when it happened. Okay? So I left. When I got to Carly's, I was like, hey, I got some shit, whatever. I got an Uber here. I got freaked out and I don't want to be at your mom's. So can I stay here for a while? And she's like, yeah. It was her and Marcus's trailer. Come to find out, they're trafficking children out of this trailer court off of Highway 75. Tallview Terrace or Holiday Village. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's Tallview Terrace. Okay? So I'm sitting, so she goes, so I'm there, and I start noticing that there's flies everywhere. Flies are monitoring spirits, and it's witchcraft. So I know in the back of my mind what is going on. She kept trying to cook for me, horrible cook. She's a kitchen witch, right? Google kitchen witch. So now I realize at this moment that my best friend, my sister, that I've grown up with and that I've called my sister, was not my real blood sister, that I love with all of my heart and soul, is working against me. All right. And I know this, but I'm cool and collected, acting dumb, playing it dumb, knowing that this plot, she's involved. And realizing that going back to Sioux City was the absolute worst thing that I could have possibly done in this situation. Okay. Mind you, I don't know that I'm switched at birth yet. Have no idea that I'm being trafficked or sold, that Ronnie was actually a handler, that I was actually sold. I have no idea none of this yet. I just knew that this man tried to fucking kill me and I had to get out of there. And I have nobody. Nothing. Because they made sure that my vehicle got stolen before I left so I wouldn't have a way to do anything. And they're financially abusing me, so I have no way to do anything. I have nothing. I don't even have an ID. If you want to know how homeless people get out there in there and end up on drugs and shit, well, you're listening to what these monsters do right now. This is what they do. They will take the pyramid of basic needs that you're supposed to live off of and know, and they will use that bitch against you. They will take that bitch, that pyramid, and they will use it against you. We'll take away everything that they need psychologically, physically, emotionally, and we will fucking destroy them, and we'll do it in the background and act like there's nothing happening, and we'll play a narrative that she's crazy. The whole entire time, they're sitting in the background torturing you. Okay? So let me go back to what I was talking about, because I get angry. I get a little angry when I gotta keep telling people what's going on and everybody keeps gaslighting me like I'm Boo-Boo the fucking fool out here. I want you to be really quiet and listen to what I got to say. So I find out Carly is all in on it. So I'm thinking, because I'm smart, and I'm going to play it dumb, just like I played it dumb when I got here. So I'm thinking, all right, and I already know God's with me. God saved my life. So I know God's with me. Out of all that stuff, I still had my Bible. So I'm like, okay. And I'm high on drugs. One night I go into, because I was staying on the back porch. Mind you, it's hot as shit, okay? It's like 110 degrees, dude. It actually felt like hell when I went back to Sioux City. Straight hell. I have never felt that heat before in my life, and now I know it's under judgment from the Most High God. These people are burning. I should have never fucking went back there, man. And I paid for it. Let me tell you what, I paid for it. So all of a sudden, I'm scrolling through TikTok. And this message comes across TikTok and says something about the Quasi 12. This fucking Freemason, scraggly looking motherfucker comes across the screen, right? Basically threatens my life. And then my phone goes dark. All of a sudden, I hear somebody coming for me, man. Something told me, danger, danger, you're in danger, you're in danger. You're in danger. All my spidey senses are going off. So I get on my hands and knees and I start praying. I prayed. I said, Heavenly Father, place a hedge of protection around me. Please forgive me for my sins. Please forgive me. Don't let these enemies come at me. Please, it's my enemies. It's my neighbors. They're coming at me. I don't know what it is. Protect me from these strangers, these friends, these people. Put a hedge of protection around me. I don't know what's going on. Please protect me. Forgive me. Please protect me. And I hear this car barreling up. And I've said it and I'll say it again. Barreling up. It was a long road up to this trailer court. A long road to get up. A long, windy road, probably a mile long. And that car didn't make it to where it was coming. I heard it was a thunder. It wasn't no thunderstorm. It was a clear night. No rain. Okay? One loud boom. Boom. And I'm talking, it shook. Okay? And that car screeched and I heard it crash. Boom. All right? and that boom of thunder rang. That was the judgment, right? And I'm praying and I'm praying and I'm praying. All of a sudden, this thick fucking smoke, this fog, you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. And I'm outside in a porch that's screened in. Well, there's woods right here, right? And there was cows. I remember these cows were always mooing, but they sacrificed those cows after this night, okay? Some weird shit going on. So, and that's why those cows were silent that night, because they had sacrificed them and then tried to sacrifice me. Now I know what you witchy bitches were up to. At the time, though, clueless. So all of a sudden, I see all of these glowing lights. And they were like, I could hear these angels coming from in the woods. I could hear like somebody walking through the woods. They were this side, this side, this side, over here. Surrounded me with candlelight. It looked like candles. Or they looked like from like the 1800s, those glow lamps, like oil lamps. Straight up oil lamps. And they just, and I was terrified because I did not know what the fuck was going on, man. I just kept praying and I kept seeing these shadows, these black shadows all around me. They were demons coming to take my life, okay? Sacrifice. And I'm on my hands and knees and I'm begging God and I'm praying to God and I'm telling him what's going on. And these lights, these angels did not leave until morning came, and that's when the smoke cleared. And she came out like nothing happened. And that happened. That was right before. So then I start hearing, so then I start getting all these messages on TikTok talking about human trafficking, talking about how my daughter's been kidnapped and is being trafficked, right? So I'm trying to save Lindsay, thinking that she's dead or dying or in trafficking. This is my busted ass, disgusting piece of shit fucking relative, this colored woman that I have no fucking clue who she is. Beyonce, a twin, an evil twin. I don't know who you are, but you're a ratchet bitch. I want you to know that. You have dead dreads. I don't know. Whoever you are, you're a ratchet ass bitch for doing this shit to me. And so all of a sudden, I hear these babies crying and I hear this screaming. And now that I know what that is I was in between realms, or I was being attacked by demons, and it was witchcraft. So those demons were playing on my top. It was a psychosis or something that was going on through the drug. All I could hear was babies screaming. So I go walk down this trailer court, and all of these people's shit is out in the front yard. And I don't care if you believe me or not, that was the Epsteins. Jeffrey Epstein. I could see his ass. They were old and decrepit, talking about how their kids kicked them out, just weird ass shit, right? And I talked about God, and she's like, oh, you're of God? Oh, honey. It was weird. Fucking weird, man. And then this other lady pulls up, and it looked like my mom, and it looked like a young girl. I can't explain it to you. It was just weird. She's like, why did you just come up to my Ring camera? And I can't remember the conversation at all. I just know they're trafficking babies. Then this guy walks outside with this naked child that looked like he was suffering. This is my child. Dude, they're trafficking children in this trailer park, right? So I call the cops to report this trafficking because I found the house with the little star on it, because now I know what those stars mean. Those are Eastern stars. Every time you see a house with that star, that is something they're trying to tell you there. That big star, and he's digging. He's digging out in the yard. He's a mason, right? I call the cops. They never showed up. They never showed up. But the USPS truck sure showed up. And get this Marcus dude worked for USPS. Okay? I guess this is Carly's handler. I don't fucking know. Come to find out, it's a human trafficking ring, a child trafficking ring, and child sex trafficking. And all of the hotels in the tri-state area are involved in human and child sex trafficking. So I'm like, I got to get out of here. So I'm sick of waiting for the cops. Okay, come to find out, they have my phone fucking hacked. Okay, and it was a signal interference. So I didn't even call the cops. I don't know who the fuck I called. Who gives a shit, right? So I pack a bag. I leave the shit. I just leave shit everywhere. Who cares? I take this little backpack with me and my Bible. I think I took my umbrella. No, I didn't have the umbrella at the time because some of my stuff that I had taken was at Carla's still, because Carly and Carla lived in 2 different spots. So I just take this little backpack. I had literal flips on, Nike flips, booty shorts on, and a tank top, walking down this hot ass highway, like 110 degrees outside. Barely made it to the gas station. It was so hot. And got a bunch of waters because I had EBT at the time. Not a dime in my pocket though. And I sat right across from it underneath this tree. And I opened the Bible. And the pages just start flipping by themselves. Yeah, it was windy, but I'm telling you right now, what I was speaking out of that Bible, I was in a trance. I had no idea what I was talking about. But this truck pulled up. And there was somebody listening to what I was saying. And it was talking about the house of Jacob, the house of Benjamin. About broken covenants. This and that. You know, I don't know what God was talking about, but somebody knew what I was talking about. Because why else would I be in a trance? I was in a trance. I did not know what I was talking about. And then God said, flee to Missouri. You will find your soul tribe. And I am so mad at you from what you have done for going back to a place that I have already delivered you from, that I do not want to hear from you in 7 days. You will not manifest anything in 7 days. And then he was gone. Oh, then a fruit, one single fruit fell from the tree. And it was like a crab apple, or it was a non-edible fruit. It was disgusting. It was big and green. And I heard, you will know them by their fruit. Basically, he's telling me that there's nothing but wicked here. But he was talking about Sodom and Gomorrah, and he was talking about the house of Jacob and how I went there and they denied me. And he was talking about the house of Benjamin, other things. I honestly can't remember. It went on for like an hour with these pages flipping. And I'd read, and then it would flip. And then I would read, and I have no idea. Like, I would start at different pages too. I wasn't start, like, when the pages were flipping, I wouldn't start at the beginning of the page. I would start in a random spot at each page. And it all made sense. Like, it was a message, and it was a long one. So here I am, homeless, have no idea how I'm going to get to Missouri. I'm like, Missouri. And I'm homeless with booty shorts on, knowing that my friends are trying to kill me. So I end up walking from one side of the town to the other, and it literally took me like 4 hours. I was sitting outside of the homeless shelter. They wouldn't let me in because I had drugs in my system. They gave me a blanket and a couple pairs of socks. So I was sleeping outside under a tree. These people were laughing at me, thought it was fucking funny. Thought it was funny. So what do I think? I'm like, well, might as well go back to the nut hut. Might as well go back to Mercy and tell them I want to kill myself again. So I have a place to stay. Because if anybody that's been homeless knows, if you go to the psych ward, they will give you a place to stay. So I'm like, fuck it. So I go back there. I refuse to eat their food this time. Yeah, I took their medicine for as long as I took it. I was only there like 3 days this time. As soon as I left there, I never ever filled the prescription because I know that what they were fucking doing. They're giving me the same poison they gave me last time. So I was sat there in my room. I wouldn't come out. I wouldn't attend any classes. I finally came out for like dinner to see what they had. It was like on the third night or the second or third night. And this guy looks at me, out batshit crazy dude, looks at me and he says, Missouri. You'd love Missouri. I didn't say anything about Missouri to absolutely anyone. And I said, why did you just say that to me? And he just kept rambling on. I mean, he was cuckoo, or so it looked. God will use anybody to get his message out. Anything. It's not the vessel, it's the message. 5555 as I said that, okay? And I had no idea what I was going to do. Found out that my truck, or no, that was the last time I was in the, see, I've been in the psych ward. They fucking put me in there so many times. So, I ended up going to a domestic violence shelter in Sioux City. Okay. And I got to the domestic violence shelter and I was only there a few days. Cairo was in there. God, everything was all set up for me to lose, for me to fail. This lady ended up stealing all the change that I had. I literally only had quarters left. And this bitch stole my quarters. So then I was walking downtown with Cairo one day and I found $3 by the bar down there. So I was super excited. And so I ended up coming to Missouri with $3. That place bought me a ticket. And that's why I came here. With no phone. Because somebody else was already getting benefits in my name. Somebody else was already getting benefits in my name for that phone. I couldn't get a phone. Come to find out, just it's disgusting what these people have done to me. They've been living a Section 8 voucher. Been ripping me off the whole time. Can't even get the water to work in this place. I mean, this is just disgusting. And this Melissa bitch has been living off of me. So when I found out how deep that the betrayal went, I still have so much more to say. But I'm just going to stop right here just to let you know that God sent me to this place. That I was sent here. Regardless of what it looks like, I was sent here. Okay? I was absolutely 100% sent here. And that's all I'm going to say. So